something I talk to my clients about is recognizing what a boundary is. And some people might have, I'm okay to have my leg touched, but I'm not okay to have, my breasts touched, for example. And it's like, okay, so we put a boundary down, no breasts touch. But also let's look at your leg. If we say we're all right to have our leg touched, where on the leg? And they're like, well, yeah, up at the top of the leg is all right. And I'm like, okay, if up at the top of the leg is all right, do we have to touch up against that boundary, or do we stay a few inches below? How does that feel in our body? Because we don't just have a nervous system response when we're up against a boundary. We have a nervous system response as the hand starts to glide towards the boundary. Something in the background in the body is going, hand's getting a bit near the boundary. Whereas actually, if I stay around the knee, maybe there's no response there. That's a charge. And I'm talking about the physical boundaries here because I think this is important to talk about, especially with clients. But also, what are our time boundaries? What do I have the capacity for when we step into conversations or when we step into practices with another people? Or if someone asks us something, hey, do you want a cup of tea? Or can we have a phone call? It might be, yeah, I've got a capacity for a phone call, but it's only going to be for 20 minutes. And I'd also really like to know what the intention of that phone call is, before I commit to it. So we're setting up what I call a container. Otherwise, I could be on the phone for 4 hours with them just ranting at me about something I've done or sharing something. And if I'm there in that, I'm going to lose my willingness and it might breed resentment. So before I step into an experience with anyone, I want to know the boundaries of that experience. So boundaries show up in all aspects of our life, whether it's work, whether it's relating, dating, sex, intimacy with our children. How do we put down boundaries in a way that feels healthy so that it gives us the lines with which to color within and there's no assumptions made? And then that could also mean that if we all stick to those boundaries and agree them, in theory, we all step into our relationship with willingness so that we're not going to end up overgiving and in a place of resentment. That's how boundaries are helpful for me.
And so all in all, boundaries create an incredible sense of safety for everyone, isn't it?